Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Salah Jason Ross Brown. I am here today to tell you that I am a Muslim, that I have submitted to the will of Allah in the faith and deen of Islam, and that I follow the path of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I am also African American, born of two African American parents. Mother from Arkansas, father from Alabama. I was raised in a Christian household, and I enjoyed every second of it. I was raised with beautiful culture, nothing like what you see on television today. I was raised with respect for my elders, not much of what you see today. I was raised with African American people living in communities with front lawns and back lawns and cutting grass and having jobs and families existing. Albeit I'm not that old, so there weren't that many. Not as many as in my older brother's days, and definitely not as many as in my mother's days. So I had wonderful parents and had a great relationship with them, and my father has passed on, and I'm a father now, and my mother is still with us. May Allah bless her with the best of this world and the hereafter. So I'm here today for one primary reason, and that is to share with you how Allah manifested in my people. Today is Malcolm X Day. So we're going to come and we're going to celebrate Malcolm X. I've recently formed an organization called Casa Islam. And we are going across Africa, infusing communities with cash that have been investing in their children to study the Quran. In order to be eligible for our program, these communities should have demonstrated for at least 10 years that they have been working and educating their children on their own. When we see that a community values the deen of Allah, we want to support those communities. And when it's in Africa, as an African American, I am 100% committed. However, Casa Islam will support the education of Muslim children anywhere they are found on the planet, especially in Muslim countries. So I invite you all to compete with me in doing the best deed possible, in helping me to build a school in the Gambia, where I've just returned from, to help children learn Quran. This school has been there for about 15 years. It was run by one man, and when he passed, his son continued to run the school. I'm going to tell you a lot more about that. But right now, I'm going to share with you a little bit of celebration because, as I mentioned, today's a very special day. It's the birthday of Malcolm X. So let's get into this a little bit. Ya Jamilo, Ya Allahu, Ya Jamilo, Ya Allahu, Ya Karibo, Ya Allahu, Ya Ajibo, Ya Allahu, Ya Mujibo, Ya Rafu, Ya Ajibo, Ya Allahu. Dua Jamila, recited after Fajr, brings so many rewards, but I'm just reciting it now because I love Malcolm X. And if you love Malcolm X, you can sing with me too. Yeah, ya Jabalo, ya Galilo, ya Mustano, ya Mutali, ya Jabalo, ya Rashido, ya Saburo, ya Lahu, ya Lahu, ya Lahu, ya Lahu, yo, ya Lahu. I'm nervous. Ya Lahu, Ya Allahu do, ya Gafuro, ya Allahu, ya Gafuro, ya Allahu, ya Salamu, ya Salamu, ya Salamu, ya Salamu, ya Kalimo, ya Kalimo, ya Jalilo, ya Jalilo, ya Manano, ya Manano, Manayano, ya Allahu, ya Manano. That's a little bit of celebration for Malcolm X. There's something I need to talk about. I'm talking specifically to my folks, African American people, black people, so they call us. You know, there's something going on in Georgia. And some folks is talking about it. Not enough folks is talking about it. As a Morehouse College graduate, class of 93, 900, yeah. So as a Morehouse College graduate, I have a lot of love for Atlanta. I love you, Atlanta. I love you, Atlanta. And so I heard that there was a little girl, little teenage girl, Atlanta. She was in high school. Where the sticks go? This is my griot hat, y'all. Y'all know what the griot is? The griot is sometimes a singer, sometimes a storyteller. I'm both. So instead of talking to you, we would sing the story to you. Whatever it is, even if, hey, there's someone at the door. If you go to the Gambia and you watch the news, it's never someone just talking to you. Boring, boring, boring. They're always gonna sing it because then they know it has your attention. Now, I might not have the best voice, but I bet you are listening to me like, what is that crazy guy singing? Hey, this is the griot hat. So, in Atlanta, I heard there was a little high school girl who graduated from high school with a college degree too. Black people, y'all doing too much. Y'all always do too much. Why she gotta bust the standards down? Why y'all always gotta make some new type of music, some new type of art, some new type of fashion? Why y'all gotta start some new world religions and take Christianity and make it better than what it was with them other people? Y'all go, listen, you know what this hat is? This is my griot hat. You know who else wore this hat? The Mandinka Cowboys. You think they was the first cowboys to get up on some horses? That's African too. That's black. John, I ain't even gonna say his name. I have reports. Read, y'all. Read different languages. Learn Arabic, learn Portuguese, because our stories are in Spanish, Portuguese, Arabic. There's probably some in Germany too, because they was in Namibia. Portuguese showed up in Puerto Rico in the 1400s. All they saw was Senegambian horsemen with cattle here and cattle there and cattle everywhere. Black man is the first cowboy ever on the planet. We ride everything, man. I'm not going to talk about the water, because don't think we was around all that water all that time. We ain't never got on a boat and came over to America. It's a current that goes from Senegal directly to Brazil, and you can make it in a canoe. So I'm here to talk about Islam. I'm here to talk about Malcolm X. Let me talk about Islam first. Let me talk about Malcolm X. Why y'all keep trying to take the Muslim out of Malcolm? Why y'all keep trying to take the Muslim out of Malcolm? And Muslims, why y'all keep trying to take the Malcolm out of Islam? This deen was here to make changes, to free people, to stop corruption. This deen wasn't here so you could have a beautiful masjid. This deen wasn't put here so you could be safe in your little insulated community. Prophet Muhammad people was getting killed. African Americans gonna do the same thing. Already have done the same thing with Islam that they did with Christianity. We take anything and we make it golden. I'm not bragging. I'm just stating facts. And you can't be mad because we love everybody. We raise everybody's children. We nurture everybody. You stomp on us, you do this to us, you do that to us. But our hearts got so much love, we don't know how to hate like you know how to hate. We couldn't even hate that much if we tried. Y'all don't think like us. Bismillah. Islam is here for everyone, and it has the same purpose for everyone. It is one. To help you free your soul from the trials of your mind and your body regarding the physical and material. Your soul is, I don't even know how you measure soul. There's no measurement of soul. You can't measure soul. I'm sorry, I'm kidding. Anyways, everybody has one. Some people got a little bit more. Anyway, astaghfirullah, Allah forgive me. I come from people, we like to pontificate and elaborate and pop collars, and I'm thinking about a whole lot of people right now. Oh man, I'm feeling good in myself. Over here in the shelter in place. Yeah, it's 2020 and pandemic. We're in the living room. Baby girl in there frying something up on the kitchen. Not wifey, I mean baby girl, I mean daughter, I mean young lady, I mean nation in making. Y'all gonna make me pause on too many because I'm not gonna. I paused on women. I'm like, do I talking about women and how they are nations in making, and that's why you don't abuse them because it's through. And it's a whole different topic, right? It's a whole. Stay on course. Casa, hey, where we at? Ya Azizo, Ya Alamu, Ya Azizo, Ya Zahiro, Ya Azizo, Ya Mustano, Ya Azizo, Ya Jamilo. Ya Jamilo, Ya Jamilo, eh, Ya Jamilo, Ya Azizo, Ya Azizo, Ya Jalilo, Ya Kuduso, Ya Gafuro, Ya Gafuro, Ya Rahmano, Ya Rahmano, eh. Malcolm liberated his soul. He liberated it so much that he had to go against his original teachers. Any of y'all know about that? Any of y'all ever had a teacher teach you some things, and then it came time to stop learning from that teacher, and they didn't like it? Malcolm knew a little bit about that too, but it didn't stop him when they threatened his life. And that's the topic today. When they threaten your life. Because black people, Muslims, they threatening our lives. Or so they think. Because you can't threaten his soul because it's on ding. Hey, ya basilo, ya shakuro, ya gafuro, ya jalilo, ya harimo, hey, ya ajibo, ya ajibo, ya ajibo, hey, ya ajibo, ya marubo, ya marubo, ya marubo, yo. Malcolm El-Hajj Malik Shabazz. Man, now I know I was crying all last night on the, I don't know what night of Ramadan that was, making dhikr and couldn't go to bed and nothing in my body would let me go to sleep and I had to get up and pray again and go and again and again and sing and cry last night and the night before that. It's probably because his grandson was in this living room. I just remember that. And then Lillahi Rajiun. Malcolm's legacy was murdered. I'm going to stay focused on Malcolm, the grandfather, Alhaj Malik Shabazz, but I forgot, as I sit in this living room, that his grandson was in this living room, that we drank tea here. Wow. When I think about my mother's living room, and when the son of Marcus Garvey was in my mother's living room in Buffalo, New York. But those are different stories. I'm here to talk about Malcolm X. I'm here to talk about Islam. I'm here to talk about African American community. And I'm here to talk about how we can do fabulous and are doing fabulous things. So I'm asking a lot of you to just think about how short this life is and how long we have after we die. I think it's called eternity. So this life is likened to the foam on top of the wave. The afterlife is likened to all the water in the oceans, plural, all of them combined. So while you might think 90's old, nah. Whether you're 90 or 50 or 20 or 10, you've been given just enough time to do just enough good to make sure that your soul gets to go on that everlasting journey of peace. We are all human, we all make mistakes, and that is why I am talking to you, because I am one of the biggest mistake makers that I know. This ain't something I heard, this is something I know for a fact, because I know me. And I know the mistakes that I made, and I know where I've been, and I know where Allah has brought me from. And I know the gifts that I received by helping the poorest people in my environment. So, I wonder if I could tell you that story right now. It's interesting how you learn things, and it's interesting who you learn them from. So, I'm going to tell this story. I don't think I should tell that story. I'll come back to this story another time, but just remember to treat poor folks well, because you never know what you might learn from them and how it might benefit you, because the Islamic teaching from a homeless man that was addicted to substances on the streets was worth more to me than my life. And that advice actually literally saved my life. But he didn't give it to me. Allah gave it to me. I didn't know I needed it. I wasn't looking for it. I was just doing what Allah told me to do, which is to help the poor Muslims around you. And if it ain't no Muslims around you, help the poor people around you. It don't matter if they're Muslim or not. But in particular, if they are, you should definitely be helping them. Two most famous Muslims in the world are African Americans. Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali. May Allah be pleased with both of them. I don't know any other Muslims more famous than those two, for good reasons. We know some that are famous for bad reasons. Other than the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I don't know who's more famous for being Muslim other than Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali. But that shouldn't surprise you. I can't even talk right because little black girls in Georgia graduate from high school and college at the same time. Because that's who we are. So let me get to the point. This is my Gambian griot hat. You know, I'm going back to Gambia. And it's not just because I was just there in 2019 and I was working and educating children there, and that's what I'm going back to do. That's not the only reason I'm going back to Gambia. But I mean, I'm going back to Gambia because my name is, legal name, I ain't gonna give it all to y'all. My middle name is Ross. And my last name is Brown. I looked up the Old English of Ross. Guess what it means? It means horse, brown horse. See this hat? Griot, Gambia. Galopia, galopia, caballo moro. Galopia, galopia, caballo moro. Galopia, galopia, caballo moro. Galopia, galopia, caballo negro. When the Portuguese got to Puerto Rico, they complained there was no room for them because all they saw was Senegambian cowboys with herds and herds and herds of cattle everywhere. We've been here. They didn't bring us on those slave ships. Don't believe what they tell y'all. You think we was around all that water for all that time and we ain't built no boats? Critical thinking is a must, people. We're going to stay slaves as long as you believe this education these people giving our children. Malcolm told us, don't let these people educate your children. They did. Now, Atlanta, back to you. We got a lot of money in Atlanta. We got a lot of... in Atlanta. I was there. I'm a Morehouse graduate. I know Atlanta. I like Atlanta. My brother in Atlanta, you know, Atlanta's nice. They call it, I'm not going to say what they call it, but, you know, it is what it is. It's a lot of vanity. It's a lot of materialism. For people that came from chains, y'all rocking the chains in the wrong sort of way because it's whole nations ain't got no food and they all black. They all African. And I'm not talking about neighborhoods. I'm talking about countries. Entire nations with food insecurity. And I'm talking about Atlanta. And I'm talking about African Americans. I'm talking about myself. I'm talking about our people. We got a whole... we complaining about the Casas killing us. We got a whole continent. We got a whole continent to go back to. We could go in and just infuse the continent and stop tripping on these people abusing us. But nah, y'all want to stay up under these. I'm getting upset. This is Ramadan. Hey, ya cabizo, hey, ya cabizo. Ya basito, hey, ya basito, ya calico. Ya Allahu, hey, ya Allahu. Ya Hakimo, ya Hakimo. Ya Allahu, hey, ya Allahu. Ya Karimo, ya Allahu. Ya Allahu, ya Motia, ya Shahido, ya Shahido. The Shaheed. Malcolm X is one of the most famous Shaheeds in the world. Some people call the Shaheed the martyr. In Islam, we call him the witness. The person that's willing to witness the oneness of God and die as opposed to going back on that witness. Malcolm X did that. Not everybody's heart could do that. And Allah tells us this in the Quran. And I'm not a sheikh, and I'm not a scholar. What I am, however, is a reader. I'm not even a good reader. I take that back. What I am is a well-guided reader. Alhamdulillah. May Allah be praised. I don't know what chapter it is. I don't know the verses. I'll come back and I'll share it with you. But it goes something like this. By the sun in the sky that's held up. This is wrong. I know it's wrong. I'm telling you, I know it's wrong. I'm just going to give it for the illustration of talking. The sun in the sky held up without these strings, and maybe it's like the the waters in the earth contain without spilling out, and by the heart of the witness that is willing to die, as opposed to take back his or her witness of Allah, his or her statement that there is one God and nothing else is deserving of worship. The heart of that one, the heart that is bringing that message, and that is the message of Islam, that one is compared to all the power and all the magic. Magic is a bad word, I'm sorry. I don't have the words to describe how Allah does what Allah does. I'm sorry, I get frustrated. There ain't no words there, so I shouldn't even be frustrated. But what I did understand there is that Allah likened that heart to the entire sun and the entire earth. The heart that was willing to witness in the face of death. Not everybody has that heart. Not every nation even has that human. But my people, my tribe, my people, we had our shining prince, and he was shining because of his heart. And his heart was shining because of Islam, black people. Stop taking the Muslim out of Malcolm. And Muslims around the world, stop taking the Malcolm out of Islam. Islam wasn't here so that you could be comfortable in your house with your friends in your little community and pray without disturbance. Islam was here to liberate the prisoner, the slave, the captive. Islam was sent here to protect women. Islam was sent here to make merciful improvement for everybody on the earth. That is why the people loved Malcolm. Not because he was black, not because he was radical, not because he was outspoken, because Allah was in his heart. And Allah only goes into hearts that can accommodate a love like none of us could even imagine. So on this Malcolm X Day, which should be a national holiday, just let that settle in. I have a friend in my hometown of Buffalo, New York. He said something about this. He said, America is too vain to make Malcolm X Day a holiday. And that's a nice trip if you trip on vanity and what that means. But the point is, African Americans, we are absolutely special and beautiful folks, and they hunting for us. And Muslims are my people, just like African Americans, but they hunting for us too. We have to come together and we have to support one another. So what I'm doing is I'm investing in the Gambia, one neighborhood at a time. I'm inviting all of you to join me. I'm investing in the most valuable resource in the entire country. It's children. And I'm investing in those children, the most powerful and essential resource in the universe, which is the Holy Quran. In order for that investment to be completed, we need some cash. And we need it fast. Because we know the gifts given in Ramadan, they don't just multiply for the giver. I'm sure that gift got some barakah on it too, and we want it. Because these babies deserve it. So I couldn't ask you for $5,000 because I don't want to build them that little hut thing. And I couldn't ask you for $10,000 because that might just cover transportation for a couple of years. I wanted to ask you for a lot more, but I got scared and just asked you for 70 because we need 500,000. Because we're trying to bring horses. You see this hat, this griot hat? Back to Gambia. So that the children can be riding horses again, but you can't have horses if your country has no food. Because horses eat a lot of food. And your country don't have no food if there's no economy. And you're not going to have any economy if you're waiting on these folks that colonized you to give you some money to help you out. So I'm asking you to help me help our children in the Gambia, our Muslim children who are eager to learn the Deen of Islam. I know y'all got feelings about African Americans. Y'all don't trust us or whatever. I'm telling you, this opportunity, this one right here, this opportunity to give right here in the Gambia, this is 100% real. I'm the guy, you're probably not. I'm the guy that knows the first and last name of the person eating out of the garbage. And I'm the guy that knows the names of those kids in those pictures that don't have no shoes on. I'm the guy that was raised in a house that used to tell wonderful stories about how every week in Arkansas, my great-grandmother used to bring the local neighborhood kind of different mentally, socially person to her house. Embarrassed the whole family, put her in the bathtub, fed her up, braided her hair, and let her go back into the world. And she did the same thing for the next week till my grandmama brought her back home. In the Gambia, they don't allow homelessness. The Mandinka forbid it. I talked to the bus drivers that go all over West Africa, to Ghana, to Senegal, to Nigeria. They said the Gambia is the only country they know in Africa where you're going to walk around at night and not get robbed. I was there. I felt it. It's true. But I'm American, so I know it's true for me because I'm a man. So I need y'all to come with some advancement for the women. Because y'all don't know Africa. Y'all, I mean, yes, things are bad for women in America. I agree. And what you need to know is outside of America, women, you don't know the level of voicelessness, the lack of visibility, the abuse. These are African women. These are our girls. These are our... Ain't nothing going to change until African Americans step up like, yo, chill out. I know y'all love y'all culture. We love ours too. Ours is better. Stop beating the women. Stop marrying 3 and 4 women when you can't afford to take care of one and saying it's sooner. Y'all tripping. Anyways, I get distracted very much. So I'm Muslim. In my culture, we marry one woman. I know it's sunnah, but I didn't grow up seeing all the other things. And I don't know how it works, but I'm happy with my culture. We good. So that's not the topic. But anyways, the point is that African Americans, we need to invest in Africa. I'm doing it. I'm inviting you to join me. Find the GoFundMe. Please contact me for details. I'm getting tired. We are fasting. It is Ramadan. I haven't eaten since 4 in the morning. I went to work. I'm at home now. Forgive me. I'm extremely excited and excitable these days to have this energy going. So I'm inviting you all to join me please, in making this a success for these children. We have plans in Kenya. We have land in Kenya. Folks, I don't know what to tell you. I got land, I got schools, I got people, I got all, like, that's what I do. I go places, I meet the people other people don't know. I know that they're real. They're not going to take it and run, and they've been doing this already. They've been doing it. Let's infuse some cash into the community. I got another friend that's in another part of Gambia. He's doing the same thing in another neighborhood. We're African Americans. It's time to go back and build a nation. Not a neighborhood, a nation. Forget your front yard and your backyard and your pool. Let's go build a country. Let's build a country so our children can ride horses and show them what real cowboys look like and the type of hats real cowboys wear. Yeah, ya Bonano, ya Satano, ya Diano, eh, ya Rawo, ya Rawo, eh, ya Yafo, ya Mujo. Dua Jamila, I don't know it. I love it. I have to learn it. I have to improve everything about my deen and my Islam. I think I told you my birth name, or part of it, Ross Brown, but my name is Salah Abu Munna, and my organization is called Casa Islam. Whoever recites the names of Allah Ta'ala contained in this blessed dua Jamila after Salatul Fajr gets the thawab as though he performed Hajj, going to Mecca, going around the thing, astaghfirullah, the house of Allah, the house of Abraham 100 times. It goes on and on. There are 99 names of Allah in Islam, and each of them is an action. The all-seeing, the all-knowing. I guess they're not all actions, but they're all Allah's names. The Most High. There's good ones, there's harsh ones. The Most Gracious, the Abaser, the Destroyer, the Loving. So this is, for me, as someone that is African and sings with a sort of African cadence and rhythm, I love this dua. I don't know where it came from, but it feels like something wonderful. So I'll try and sing it without looking at it, but I'm not really that familiar with it. I just came across it and wanted to share with y'all because it was fun and energy. Are there any other stories to tell y'all? This has been a blast. I hope that there was some benefit of this. I hope that it inspires folks to give to Aliuba's daughter and the Farato neighborhood of the Gambia. I'm out of breath, and as I said, I'm fasting. Forgive me if I said anything that was offensive or hurtful to anyone. I know I was speaking about polygamy, and I'm not meaning to demean tradition, and I'm definitely not meaning to demean the Sunnah. I am just the father of daughters, and what I saw in my time in Africa was concerning, because it's concerning. There's a lot of internalized things that, if society were how it was supposed to be, perhaps it would feel right. I don't even know how to get out of this conversation. It just troubled me. There's nothing that will take a man to the hellfire faster than what is between his legs and between his jaws. And the woman is a nation, and we are to treat them with kindness and communicate with them kindness and patience. So yeah, that part was for men in general, especially my brothers, my African American brothers. Is there anything else I want to say to you? Malcolm X was our shining prince, man. And we love you, Malcolm. We know you can see us, even though we can't see you. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yeah, ya Jalilo, ya Jalilo, eh, ya Jalilo, ya Kabizo, ya Basito, ya Mazilo, ya Allahu, ya Kawayo, ya Shahiro, Malcolm, ya Shahiro, ya Shahiro, ya Shahiro, ya Allah.